What's up guys, I'm Lee Morse with Fstoppers.com. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the Profoto D1 Monolight. So I've been wanting to go Profoto for a while now, and there are basically two main reasons why I wanted to go with the D1 units for my wedding photography. One, it's simply Profoto, and Profoto has become basically an industry standard in lighting. If you go to any rental house or you rent any type of studio gear, chances are it's going to be Profoto. And if you need something like a reflector dish or you need a speed ring for a softbox, it's going to be easiest for you to find something for Profoto rather than all the other hundreds of other lighting companies out there. So that alone was a huge selling point. The other selling point was the air remote system. And this system allows you to completely control the flash over a distance. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can change the power, you can turn modeling lights on and off, and you don't actually have to go over to the unit. This was huge for me because I shoot a lot of weddings. A lot of times I'll have a light all the way up in the balcony firing up at the ceiling, and I want to be able to change this without walking over to the light myself or yelling at an assistant to change the light up or down. Let's quickly go over how this unit works. You'll notice that this is off at the moment. I'm going to hit the head button to turn it on. I can automatically turn this thing on, and then if I hit the energy button, just tap it, it's going to go up 1/10 of a stop. That's awesome if you really want to get minute with your lighting changes there. If I hold the energy button, it's going to go up 1 full stop. If you want to control it on the back here, if you just turn the knob, it's going to go up 1/10 of a stop. And if you press it in and then turn it, it will go up full stops. Now, one of the other cool things that this can do is turn the modeling light on and off. So watch this. If I just tap the modeling light button here, the modeling light will turn on, and this is its weakest power. Right now I have the light set to proportional, so whatever my flash is set to, the modeling light will be as well. This is as weak as the light can be. You'll notice if I hold the button, 1 stop, 2 stops, and I can keep going up, and I can also do 1/10 stops as well. This is also incredible for video production because now you can put lights up really high. Actually, my key light right here is out of arm's reach, and I've been turning up and down the lights depending on what my camera guy tells me looks best. It's much easier than having to lower the lights, change the light, and then raise it back up. One more note about the air remote. This thing is a transmitter and a receiver. If you hit the mode button, it can receive as well. So if you wanted to, you could trigger other flashes with this as well. It has in and outputs in the side. So let me show you the back of this light now. If you check out the slave button here, right now I have it set to radio, and that means that the air remote is going to control it. If I tap the button, it's going to turn it off. If I tap it again, it's going to turn it back on. But if I hold the button, it's going to switch to IR. This is a standard slave mode. If it sees another light, it's going to fire. But the cool thing is, if you hold it one more time, it will actually turn radio and IR on at the exact same time. So you can control it with this, or if it sees another flash, it will fire then as well. That's really awesome. The ready here, we can set it to beep, dim, or again, both. So if you want it to beep, most people like the audible sound. They know when they can fire again. You can have that turn on. Or if it dims, that means the modeling light is going to dim. Let's check that out. I'll turn it up here so you can see the modeling light, and we'll take a test shot. And you see it dim, and then it turns back on when it's ready to fire again. For the modeling light, we can either set it to proportional or free. That means that you can have 2 settings. You can either have the modeling light mimic the power output of the flash, or you can have it completely separate. I usually like to have them proportional, but you could do either. So let me show you how this works. Right now we have it set to proportional. So you can see it's very bright because it's at 10. This is as powerful as it gets. But as I stop it down, it's going to get less and less powerful here. And that's really helpful because you can see how bright the flash is going to be. If you don't like that, you can hold the button. It's going to be free. That means you'll notice here I have the flash all the way turned down. It's still as bright as it goes. And then I can hit the model set button, and then I can change this separately from the flash. The channel set works very, very simply. You just tap this button. Right now I'm on 2A. If I rotate it, it changes the number, and if I press it in and rotate, it changes the letters. So that is super easy. Anybody can figure that out. You're not gonna have any problem trying to figure these lights out right out of the box. Right here, of course, we have a test button. That's going to flash, and then an on and off button to turn this thing on and off. Everything's digital, so you're not gonna have any knobs or anything that can break. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. One of the reasons I've wanted to go Profoto for a long time were their simple speed ring adapters. They have a rubber ring. You slide it on, flip this over, and it locks it down. And anybody can figure it out. It's not complicated, and I love it. Finally, something that's simple that works. So you may be wondering, is this the perfect studio light? And the answer is no. It definitely has some things that I'd love to see them update, but basically for me, this is the best that I've found currently on the market. First, one of the issues that kind of bugs me is the fact that the air remote doesn't actually tell you the power that this light is set to. If you keep going up all the way, I'll show you right here. If I keep going up, let me turn the modeling light off here. I'm gonna go all the way up in power. It's beeping. I have no idea what power it's at right now. I'm gonna keep going up. Right there, that sound lets me know that it's at full power. So it is a little bit slow in the fact that you have to go all the way up to the top or all the way down to the bottom in terms of power to actually hear audibly what power setting you're at. I wish that somehow this unit could communicate with the transmitter and give me a readout and let me know that this is at, you know, level 6 or whatever, because right now it's a little slow and I find myself going over to the unit and looking at it, which kind of defeats the entire purpose of the air unit. One of the other small things that irks me about this head is the fact that it makes a sound even when it's off. And I know you're gonna have a little bit of trouble hearing it right now because we've actually got fans on some of the lights going, but it actually sounds like it's on all the time. It has this little high-pitched hum, almost like a laptop fan, and it is annoying. Every time I come into my studio, I have all my lights off, but it sounds like something is on. And so I've trained myself now just to know, okay, it's the Profoto lights, don't worry about them. But still, I wish that they could somehow figure out a way to make these totally silent. The other issue with this light is the fact that the fan inside is fairly loud. It's not the end of the world. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but for video production, it's not the best thing in the world. We have one light here and one light above me. Everything's making fan noise right now, and I do have a very directional mic on, which makes things a little bit better, but if you're going to shoot a lot of video, you're probably going to want to look elsewhere, probably for a light that doesn't have a fan at all. Now, one of the other issues that I had with this whole light system is the fact that they are all the exact same size no matter what power you get them at. So this is a 1,000 watt head. This is a very compact size for a 1,000 watt monoblock, but this is a 250 watt light and it's the exact same size. It is slightly lighter, but you'd think if you're gonna buy something that's significantly cheaper because it's not as powerful, they could fit it in a smaller case. Because of that, I would highly suggest only getting the 1,000 watt lights. They are significantly more. I think this light is $1,700 each. And these lights, I'm not sure how much the 250s are at the moment, but I've found that the power output is so much better. It's so much nicer to have an additional 2 stops of power that I use all the time. I would highly suggest spending the extra money, getting something that you're going to use for a long time and not wish that you had bought the more powerful model. The other issue with them being the exact same size is that it's very difficult to tell them apart. You actually have to go up to the light and look at the back in the very small font back here. It says 250, or on the back of this one it says 1,000. That makes it kind of a pain because I'm constantly grabbing the wrong one. So if it were up to me again, I would probably buy only 1,000 watt lights and I would never have to deal with that. The other huge issue, and I wish companies would never do this again, is the fact that this thing, first of all, doesn't have any sort of battery indicator. So I am constantly paranoid that this is going to run out of batteries during a shoot. I have no idea if it's charged or it's about to die. But the other problem is that it has AAA batteries inside, and I hate AAA batteries, not because you know, they're hard to come by, but it's just another battery size that I have to now bring on every photo shoot. I actually didn't trust the AAA batteries so much in this thing that I was forced to buy a second one just so that I could have a backup, because I know even if I tell myself I'm going to keep AAA batteries in my bag, when I need them, I'm not going to be able to find them. So now I just bring 2 remotes with me everywhere I go, and if one goes down, I have a backup. Now I have to cut Profoto some slack on this because most triggers nowadays don't have any sort of battery indicator. The new Pocket Wizards do, which I'm really excited about, but this is pretty standard. Most of the triggers have this exact same feature. I just wish that they had used normal AA batteries instead of AAA, even if this thing had to get bigger. I really don't care about something bigger on my camera. I've got a big camera anyway, so that's really not a problem. Standard batteries, if we could all use AA batteries, the world would be a much better place. One more quirk that I have with this light, it's not a huge deal, but it doesn't auto dump. So if you're at full power and then you lower the power, it's going to still fire one shot at full power. I'll show you here. Right now it's at full power. Holy crap, it's really bright. And I will turn it down all the way. So now it's at the weakest power, but you can see it still fires full power once. Now it's going to fire the weakest. It is a little annoying when you take that one shot and you wonder, why didn't it change anything? And then the next shot it actually does. So keep that in mind. Now Profoto is incredibly expensive, but at the same time it also holds its value because it has become the industry standard. So when you spend a lot of money, it's nice to know that if you have to sell it one day, you're not going to lose a ton of money. This light is definitely going to hold its value, and all of these add-ons that you can get for the flash, they're relatively the same that they've been over the last 10-15 years, and you can find the exact same thing used on eBay and it's not much cheaper. So it's really nice to know that you're spending your money wisely. It's not going to depreciate too much. Now let's quickly talk about monoblocks in general. For a size factor, this is fantastic. I can throw it in a bag, and the only thing I have to worry about is a power cord. That makes things really, really simple and really easy to travel with. There are a few problems though. If this decides to tip over, I'm out $2,000. Whereas if I have a power pack that's on the floor and I have a head that might be, you know, $500, it's a little bit easier to replace it. The other issue is weight. If you want to put a beauty dish on this and you want to put it on a boom arm, it's probably not going to support it. And so if that's the case, you're going to have to get a power pack system as well. If you're going to be shooting subjects that are moving very, very quickly, you may not want to shoot with monoblocks. You may have to shoot with a power pack system, but in that case, you're just going to get a D4 or a Pro Pack from Profoto. Again, those are very expensive, but you're going to have the highest quality of light, and the flash duration is going to be extremely short. So guys, I hope this helps. This is the best monoblock that I've personally ever used, but it is not perfect by any means. I hope that Profoto updates it and comes out with all of the little details that I think will make this the ultimate studio light. But until then, it's up to you to decide if a monoblock's really for you. Is the extra money for Profoto worth it for you? Or do you need to go with a standard power pack system? Only you can decide.